This is the I2C write packet format. The master must specify the slave address. Then it must specify that this is a write packet. This is done via this read and write bit. This one must be cleared to 0. In return, the slave must acknowledge the reception of a valid address and the write bit. Once the master receives the acknowledge, it can proceed by sending the data to be received by our slave. In return, the slave, after receiving a valid data, will send again another acknowledge. If we have more than one single data to be sent, then the master continues sending this data and the slave continue acknowledging the reception of this data. In most of the cases, the length of the data will be 8 bits. The acknowledge for the write operation to be sent from the slave to the master. And then the process of sending the data and sending back the acknowledge from the slave will continue until the master has sent all the data to the I2C slave. For the read operation, this is the packet format. The master starts by sending again the slave address. However, it will set the read-write bit to 1 to indicate that this is a read operation. In return, the slave will acknowledge the reception of a valid address and the read-write bit via this acknowledge bits, and then it will send the data to be read by the master. Now, in return and after the reception of a valid data from the slave, the master will send this acknowledge to the slave. If we have more than one single data to be read, then the slave will send again another data to the master, and the master will acknowledge the reception of this new data. And this whole flow continue until the slave has sent all the data required to be read from the master. Again, the data length in most of the cases will be 8 bits, and in the read operation, the acknowledge to be sent from the master to the slave.